Electrical metallic tubing, commonly known as EMT, is a widely used conduit type for protecting electrical wiring in commercial installations. It's a crucial component for ensuring the safety and longevity of electrical systems. When considering the appropriate wiring method for receptacles and walls, EMT offers several advantages. Its primary function is to provide a robust enclosure for electrical conductors, safeguarding them from physical damage, moisture, and other environmental factors. This protection is paramount in commercial settings where wiring is often exposed to a greater risk of impact and abrasion. EMT is a thin-walled steel or aluminum tubing that is relatively lightweight and easy to install. It can be bent and shaped to navigate complex pathways within walls and ceilings, making it a versatile choice for various building layouts. To join sections of EMT and connect it to electrical boxes, specialized fittings such as couplings and connectors are used. These fittings ensure a secure and continuous grounded electrical pathway, which is essential for safety. One of the key reasons EMT is preferred in commercial installations is its compliance with electrical codes and standards. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, outlines specific requirements for the use of conduit, and EMT typically meets these requirements when installed correctly. Adhering to the NEC is not only a matter of safety but also a legal obligation in most jurisdictions. The NEC specifies the allowable fill ratio for conductors within conduit, meaning that there is a limit to the number and size of wires that can be run through a particular size of EMT. This is to prevent overheating and ensure proper ventilation within the conduit. Electrical engineers and electricians consult NEC tables, such as those found in Chapter 9, to determine the appropriate conduit size for a given number of conductors. When installing EMT, proper grounding is critical. Grounding ensures that any fault current will safely return to the source, tripping a circuit breaker or fuse and preventing electrical shock hazards. EMT itself can serve as a grounding conductor if it is properly connected to the electrical boxes and equipment it serves. This requires the use of listed grounding fittings and ensuring that all connections are tight and free of corrosion. In addition to its protective and grounding capabilities, EMT also provides a degree of shielding from electromagnetic interference, or EMI. This can be important in environments where sensitive electronic equipment is used, as EMI can disrupt their operation. The metal conduit acts as a barrier, reducing the amount of electromagnetic radiation that can reach the conductors inside. When working with EMT, several tools and techniques are employed. Conduit benders are used to create bends and offsets in the tubing, allowing it to follow the contours of the building structure. These benders come in various sizes and types, depending on the size of the EMT being used and the desired bend radius. Cutting EMT requires a specialized tool such as a conduit cutter or a hacksaw with a fine-tooth blade. It's important to make clean, square cuts to ensure proper fitting and prevent damage to the conductors when they are pulled through. After cutting, the ends of the EMT should be reamed to remove any burrs or sharp edges that could damage the wire insulation. Pulling wires through EMT can be made easier with the use of a fish tape or fish wire. This is a flexible steel or nylon tape that is inserted into the conduit and used to pull the wires through. Lubricating the wires with a wire pulling lubricant can also reduce friction and make the job easier. When connecting EMT to electrical boxes, various types of connectors are available. Set screw connectors are commonly used, where screws tighten down on the EMT to secure it in place. Compression connectors provide a watertight seal and are often used in damp or wet locations. The selection of EMT size depends on several factors, including the number and size of conductors, the fill ratio requirements of the NEC, and the physical constraints of the installation. Common sizes of EMT used for receptacle wiring include 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch. The larger the conduit size, the more wires it can accommodate. In commercial installations, it's often necessary to run multiple circuits to serve different receptacles or equipment. When this is the case, it's important to properly identify each circuit to prevent confusion and ensure safe operation. This can be done by labeling the wires at each end of the conduit run. EMT is also used to protect communication cables such as data and telephone wires. In these applications, it's important to maintain separation between power and communication cables to prevent interference. The NEC specifies minimum separation distances between different types of wiring. When installing EMT in concealed spaces such as within walls or above ceilings, it's important to ensure that it is properly supported. Conduit supports, such as straps and clamps, should be installed at intervals specified by the NEC to prevent sagging and ensure that the conduit remains securely in place. EMT can also be used in exposed locations, such as along walls or ceilings. In these cases, it's important to protect the conduit from physical damage by using guards or barriers. This is especially important in areas where there is a risk of impact from forklifts or other equipment. When installing EMT in corrosive environments, such as near saltwater or chemicals, it's important to use corrosion-resistant materials. Aluminum EMT or galvanized steel EMT with a special coating can be used to protect the conduit from corrosion. EMT is a versatile and reliable wiring method for commercial installations. Its ability to protect conductors, provide grounding, and comply with electrical codes makes it a preferred choice for receptacle wiring. By following proper installation techniques and adhering to the NEC, electricians can ensure the safety and longevity of electrical systems. One important aspect to consider is the coordination between different trades during the construction process. Electrical contractors need to work closely with other trades such as plumbers and HVAC technicians to ensure that the conduit is installed in a way that does not interfere with their work. This requires careful planning and communication. The NEC also addresses the issue of abandoned conduit. If conduit is no longer in use, it must be properly abandoned to prevent it from becoming a hazard. This typically involves removing the wires from the conduit and sealing the ends to prevent the entry of moisture and debris. Another important consideration is the accessibility of electrical boxes. The NEC requires that electrical boxes be readily accessible for inspection and maintenance. This means that they should not be concealed behind walls or ceilings without access panels. When installing EMT in fire-rated walls or ceilings, it's important to maintain the fire rating of the assembly. This can be done by using fire-rated sealants or collars around the conduit penetrations. These materials prevent the spread of fire and smoke through the openings. The use of EMT is not limited to new construction. It can also be used in renovations and additions to existing buildings. In these cases, it's important to carefully assess the existing electrical system and ensure that the new wiring is compatible. When working with EMT, it's important to wear appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE. This includes safety glasses, gloves, and appropriate footwear. Electrical work can be hazardous, and it's important to take precautions to protect oneself from injury. The cost of EMT can vary depending on the size, material, and quantity purchased. However, it is generally a cost-effective wiring method compared to other options such as rigid conduit. EMT is a sustainable wiring solution. It is made from recyclable materials and can be reused or recycled at the end of its service life. This makes it an environmentally friendly choice for commercial installations. When troubleshooting electrical problems in EMT systems, it's important to follow safe work practices. This includes energizing the circuit before working on the wiring and using appropriate testing equipment to verify that the circuit is dead. The NEC is constantly evolving to reflect changes in technology and safety practices. It's important for electricians to stay up to date on the latest code requirements to ensure that their work is compliant and safe. Continuing education courses and professional certifications can help electricians stay current. EMT is a versatile and reliable wiring method that is widely used in commercial installations. Its ability to protect conductors, provide grounding, and comply with electrical codes makes it a preferred choice for receptacle wiring and other electrical applications. By following proper installation techniques and adhering to the NEC, electricians can ensure the safety and longevity of electrical systems. First and foremost, safety should be the #1 priority. Secondly, code compliance must also be met. Thirdly, use the correct material for the environmental condition. Fourthly, make sure the accessibility for future maintenance. Fifthly, be sustainable. Sixthly, be aware of other trades coordination. Seventhly, proper PPE to be worn. Eighthly, labeling to be done properly for each circuit. Ninthly, use correct supporting methods. Tenthly, conduit fill to not be exceeded. Selecting the right size EMT for a specific application requires careful consideration of several factors. The NEC provides tables that specify the maximum number of conductors allowed in different sizes of conduit based on the conductor size and type. It is crucial to consult these tables to ensure that the conduit is not overfilled, which can lead to overheating and potential fire hazards. The fill ratio is calculated based on the cross-sectional area of the conductors and the internal area of the conduit. The NEC typically limits the fill ratio to 40% for 3 or more conductors and 31% for a single conductor. In addition to the fill ratio, the bending radius of the EMT must also be considered. The NEC specifies minimum bending radii for different sizes of conduit to prevent damage to the conductors when they are pulled through. Using a conduit bender that is specifically designed for the size of EMT being used is essential to achieve the correct bending radius. When installing EMT in concrete, it is important to use fittings that are approved for use in concrete. These fittings are designed to prevent moisture from entering the conduit and corroding the conductors. It is also important to ensure that the concrete is properly cured before pulling the wires through the conduit. The NEC also addresses the issue of grounding and bonding of electrical systems. Grounding is the process of connecting electrical equipment to the earth to provide a low impedance path for fault current. Bonding is the process of connecting different metal parts of the electrical system together to create a continuous electrical path. EMT can be used as a grounding conductor if it is properly installed and connected to the electrical boxes and equipment. When installing EMT in hazardous locations, such as areas where flammable liquids or gases are present, it is important to use conduit and fittings that are specifically approved for use in those locations. These fittings are designed to prevent explosions and fires. The NEC also provides requirements for the support of EMT. Conduit supports must be installed at intervals specified by the NEC to prevent the conduit from sagging or becoming damaged. The type of support used will depend on the size of the conduit and the type of surface it is being attached to. When pulling wires through EMT, it is important to use a wire pulling lubricant to reduce friction. This will make it easier to pull the wires and prevent damage to the insulation. It is also important to avoid pulling too many wires at once, which can overload the conduit and make it difficult to pull the wires. The NEC also addresses the issue of abandoned conductors. If conductors are abandoned in EMT, they must be properly removed to prevent them from becoming a hazard. Abandoned conductors can create a fire hazard if they come into contact with other conductors or metal parts of the electrical system. EMT is a versatile and reliable wiring method that is widely used in commercial installations. Its ability to protect conductors, provide grounding, and comply with electrical codes makes it a preferred choice for receptacle wiring and other electrical applications. When dealing with EMT in damp or wet locations, it is imperative to use watertight fittings. These fittings are designed to prevent moisture from entering the conduit system, which can lead to corrosion and electrical failures. The NEC provides specific guidelines on the types of fittings that are suitable for different environmental conditions. Properly removing the cut ends of the EMT after cutting is crucial to remove any sharp edges or burrs. These sharp edges can damage the insulation of the wires as they are being pulled through the conduit, potentially causing shorts or ground faults. When multiple EMT runs are installed parallel to each other, it is good practice to bond them together at regular intervals. This helps to create a more effective grounding system and reduces the risk of electromagnetic interference. Bonding can be achieved by using bonding jumpers or clamps that are specifically designed for this purpose. Using different colors of wire for different circuits can help with circuit identification and troubleshooting. The NEC specifies a color code for electrical wiring, which should be followed to ensure consistency and safety. Before energizing a new EMT wiring system, it is essential to perform a thorough inspection to ensure that all connections are tight, all fittings are properly installed, and all grounding connections are secure. A continuity test can be performed to verify that all circuits are complete and that there are no shorts or ground faults. During the installation process, it is crucial to protect the EMT from physical damage. Avoid dropping heavy objects on the conduit or subjecting it to excessive stress. If the EMT is damaged, it should be repaired or replaced to ensure its integrity. When installing EMT in areas where it may be exposed to corrosive substances, such as chemicals or saltwater, it is important to use EMT that is specifically designed for those environments. This may involve using EMT made from corrosion-resistant materials or applying a protective coating to the conduit. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be properly labeled. This includes labeling the EMT to indicate the circuits it serves, the voltage, and the amperage. Proper labeling helps to prevent confusion and makes it easier to troubleshoot problems.